Hi everyone, it's another Story Devs update. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm going to show you the editor because it's now feature complete, this text editor. Um, it's completely custom, so it's not using any of the normal HTML uh, elements, features, whatever. So if I right click this and inspect it, you can see this class here, ed, is the editor, and it's got a toolbar which follows you as you scroll. It's got a body. We'll get into that later. And then it's got some other crap here that's useful. Well, I guess we'll get into the body now. So it's got like an empty paragraph in it right now with an empty character so that we can place the caret next to it. And as we type, just look at this on the right. So it begins typing in there. So it's not like a normal text field like this, for example. If we inspect this, see a text area. If we start typing in it, nothing happens. Like you don't see anything appear here, so it's different. It's working different. This does mean it doesn't work as well with mobile at the moment. I will be fixing that eventually, but let's get into the features that are there. So firstly, you can do stuff like bold, italic, underline, all three at once. Um, and if you bold text, for example, you start typing, um, you know, I hit italic now, there's no italic text there, but if we start typing, it becomes italic, just as you would expect with editors like Google Docs being sort of the model for this editor, so that because I know a lot of people use that when they're writing for visual novels and so on, so it just sort of makes sense because a lot of developers use it to use all the sort of familiar stuff from it. You can also do headings, and there's shortcuts for everything. The shortcuts are mostly the same as Google Docs shortcuts, except where it doesn't make any sense. For example, this heading to toggle it on and off is Control H. That's not the same as Google Docs, but Google Docs has multiple headers, so headings, sorry. Um, and if you hit enter at the end of a heading, it'll insert a normal paragraph, not another heading. But if you're in the middle of a heading, it'll just split the heading up like that. Or if you're at the start. That's because usually when you type a heading and you're like heading 1, you don't want another heading. When you hit enter, you want to start typing whatever the heading is about. So then say this is a paragraph. And then another thing that we have is lists items. So like this. And if you hit enter here, it inserts another list item as you would expect. And if you hit enter here and you get an empty list item, you can obviously start typing. But if you hit enter again when it's empty, it'll just get rid of the list item. Again, that's what Google Docs does, so that's why I'm doing it. And also because if you're at the end of if you're at the end of the editor's text, and you hit enter, you don't want to have to hit the shortcut to get rid of the list. It's just nicer if you can hit enter twice. And then let's just say more text. There's also bullets, so bullet list, this. And again, it's the same as the numbered list. What else? Oh yeah, and if you, I don't know if I showed this, if you split like a list in the middle, it fixes the numbers for you automatically. It doesn't do anything weird. So now we have more stuff. So this next thing is quoted text. That's Control Q. I couldn't think of a shortcut for it that wasn't kind of problematic. I think Control Shift Q closes your entire browser. So hopefully no one does that by accident. I don't think Control Q does anything by itself though. So hopefully that's an okay shortcut. Um, and if you hit enter at the end of a quote, it's just like with a heading or the last item in a list. When it's empty, it just inserts another paragraph. You don't have to it doesn't. The thing I hate about some text editors that are like this, the graphical ones where it shows you what you're gonna, um, what you see is what you get, is that sometimes the styling on the text is sticky. I don't know how else to describe it besides that. It's like you're covered in honey and you can't get it off you. And you hit enter and it just keeps inserting more quotes. And it's like, no, I don't. I just want normal text again, please. So that's what it does. But if you hit enter in the middle of a quote, just like with the heading, it'll insert another quote. But, Control Q gets rid of it. So you don't have to select all the text. You can just have your caret anywhere inside the paragraph and it'll get rid of it. Now, the downside to quotes at the moment, these block quotes, is you can't have any other styles inside them. So if I select this text and hit Control B, it doesn't do anything. I can't, make it into a list item because it just converts it into a list like this. That's intentional. At the moment, I've just deliberately restricted the features of the quotes for the moment so that I can get the editor done and move on to other stuff because it's driving me insane. So that's that. What else? Oh yeah, there's links. There's links. So if you hit Control K, it's a weird shortcut, Control K, but that's what Google Docs does, so I'm doing it. It brings up this link editor, and you can insert links in it. And you can just start typing right away because it focuses the link editor the moment you hit that, right? And then you click this little button and then it adds a link. If you click on the link, you just click anywhere in the link and it'll show you what link you have. And you can edit it. You can change this to .org, for example. Hit the little tick and now it's .org. You can also unlink it. You don't have to select the whole link to unlink it. You just click anywhere in the link, hit unlink, and it gets rid of it. The only downside to links at the moment is you can't like partially unlink something. So if I do this and I select part of the link like this, it just gets rid of the link editor. And that's intentional. It's just because when you're selecting text, you don't want like shit popping up all the time. It's kind of annoying. So it would be convenient to like say you made the link cover too much text and you just want to get rid of just that part, or you can't. It just brings this up again, which is sort of annoying, but whatever. Also, with this little link editor, if you scroll while you've got it open, it'll get rid of it so that it's not, taking up space or being annoying. What else? Oh, if you're at the end of a link like this, again, it's not sticky. I don't know what other word to use, but you can just start typing straight after a link, like, hi there. I didn't spell that right at all. Hi there. And it'll just get rid of it. Or not get rid of it, but it won't extend the link formatting onto it, which is really annoying when it does that. It'll only do it if you're in the middle of the link, like this. Same thing at the start of the link it's not sticky. So that's good. You can also hit enter in the middle of a link and it will separate it like this. And once you do that, once they're in separate paragraphs, if you unlink it, it will only unlink the one in the paragraph that you have your caret on. And this is the same way that Google Docs works. I know because I've tried all these different edge cases in Google Docs to figure out what I should do in a particular use case. Most of it's sensible, sometimes it's not, but yeah, I think that's mostly it. Can't think of anything else. And then if you get rid of all the text, I mean, all the same shortcuts exist, like control left and right, skip between words. Some people don't know you can do this in most text editors, but you can. It's really convenient. So that's control left or right. You can also do home and end. That skips to the start and end of the line, respectively. And then you can do control home to go to the start of the editor and control end to go to the end. And then you can combine those shortcuts with shift to select things. So for example, I can select words like this, or I can hit control shift home. That selects all the way to the start of the editor. And then I can hit control shift end, and that goes all the way to the end of the editor, and so on. And then control A selects everything. And I can just backspace that and gets rid of everything. And then if you get rid of everything in the editor, it doesn't show the placeholder text anymore if you have a particular style selected. So if I've got the heading selected or the quote selected or a list item selected, it won't show the placeholder text. But if you get rid of it and go back to a normal paragraph, it'll show that again. It's only really there so that you can type in it, just in case some person didn't know you could type in there for some reason. Which would be weird, but hey. So I think that's everything had to say about the editor. There's been a lot of bugs and stuff. I've been fixing it up in Edge and Safari recently, which has been exhausting, but seems to work in them fine now. Like I said, still need to do a bit of work to get it working with mobile. It's unfortunate because, like, I think the way mobile works, I'm not 100% sure, I haven't tested it yet, but when you, like, tap on a text field, it detects, oh, I'm in a text field, and it does that by going to it, like, marks text area or input as things to bring up your keyboard for on the phone or the tablet or whatever. And because this isn't a native text element, it doesn't know to bring up the keyboard when you like tap here. So there might be a way to manually invoke that in JavaScript. Or if I can't, what I'm going to do is put an invisible text area inside of this ed class, just hidden somewhere. And when you tap on this area, what it will do is it will focus that text area in the background, and then that will trigger your keyboard being brought up. I mean, that's my idea. I don't know if that actually works, but we'll see. So yeah, this is feature complete for now. There's been a ton of bug fixes, which I'm going to include in a Patreon post I'm about to write. And I think that's what I'd say. I mean, this is the library editor. So now, you can... This fancy editor is only for the body, for like the title and everything else. You can't style it. And then, there's categories and tags, submission comments, and then submission form. So I'm going to be getting all of that working and getting the search results code working again so that you can do the whole loop of submitting an item to the library or to the Talend database or to the forum or whatever. And then you can search for it and it appears. And yeah, so that's exciting. It's been a lot of work. The code for the editor is like literally about 75% of the front end code. It's a huge chunk of it. It's something like, close to 4,000 lines of code. It's a mess, but it's done for now. Like I said, I'm going to add the ability to put formatting in block quotes and so on later, but it's not a priority right now, so I'm just calling it a day for now. It seems a sensible stopping point. So that's it for my update, and I hope you're doing well, even though there's no way for you to talk to me through this one-way format, but hey. So I'll see you later, and sorry for the delay in updates. Just been very busy and poor. So I'll see you later, and thanks.